I think shorter lead times has been a technique and a tool that's been employed in some segments for a long time. Many corporate planners have shorter lead times than, say, the association planners, and some of that is just because decisions are made late in the game or at the last minute. But associations, have often, especially for their larger conventions, booked 7 to 10 years out. And that really locks you into a contract that may or may not be appropriate for the market that you're in 7 to 10 years from the time of signing. I think that shorter lead times have a plus and minus. I do see more people trying to be cautious. One of the things that I always encourage planners to look at is, while the economy was down, rates were better, to go ahead and try to book multiple years. But what you found was some properties, especially resort-type properties, refused to book far-out contracts, multiple years or that kind of thing, because rates were so far down and they knew that they would go up. So there is a risk management aspect to shorter lead times, but there's also a risk aspect in terms of you may not be able to go to the destination you want to, you may not be able to get the meeting space you want to if you're a meeting planner, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Well, it's funny, I've been in this industry for a long time, and I find that that's a very cyclical trend. As the economy goes up and down, organizations and companies, see the wisdom in outsourcing their meetings services because the economy is down, because they need to do layoffs or downsizing or right-sizing or whatever we want to call that. Right. And so they do that, and then a few years later they realize that they have very little control over independent contractors, and so they start bringing them back in-house and hiring, and so it goes back and forth. So I find that that's a very cyclical trend, but I do find that a lot of meeting planners in particular, when they're laid off or lost jobs, as so many did during this latest economic downturn, they think, well, I've always wanted to own my own business and I'll hang my shingle out now, and so they sort of seize the opportunity. And I guess as a former entrepreneur myself, I see an advantage in them taking that opportunity to do that. But it's not for everybody, and I'm not even sure it's the best thing for all organizations because of the control factor.